Welcome everybody to another update for Blockchain Champions on the market. This is Olympic Chart coming to you for a fifth attempt. Yesterday I tried to do it a couple of times, but I got disturbed a lot. And now I'm finally back here to look with you at the markets. This is the weekly view. I've got some levels. I marked some new levels here. We've got two fresh dailies, and I removed an old daily here. Actually, I also have a fresh weekly. If we close above this level, we have a new freshly formed weekly. Well, if we look at it this way, it's a bit busy, so let's clean it up completely at first. And yeah, everybody was talking about the 9 weeks of declining price action, the first time ever in the history of Bitcoin. And yeah, everybody's getting bearish and bearish and bearish. And indeed, before the last pump, I would say we have had no strength at all. We have seen no signs of strength at all whatsoever. I mean, we were, yesterday, until yesterday, we have no signs of strength at all. We had lower lows and lower highs. So the trend is still clearly very much so down. And the first level to claim would be an old weekly from all the way back here in June, July 2021. And everybody's been screaming and crying for lower, and 26k, 23k, and 19k, and even lower. And the more people that are asking for these lower prices and waiting to buy back in there, the more I'm starting to think that we might have seen, for now at least, a bottom. And after 9 weeks of downtrend, I'd say at least some sort of bounce is significant, or it's becoming more and more likely. I mean, we've been in this boring range, in which absolutely nothing has happened at all for over 20 days, and the price action here has been relatively, how would you say it? Easy to trade if you are a true trader. Other than that, it has been absolutely boring. I mean, the best range to trade or to draw was just a simple fixed range value area. And you can see that when we hit the lows, we bounce to the top, to the bottom, a fake out, range in it a couple of more times, another fake out to the bottom, with what looked like failing strength, but with absolutely no volume, only to bounce back, create a new daily, break the point of control, hit the top of the value area, and break through the value area all the way to a range above it. And that's where we are now. So I would say that the first very minimal sign of strength has been reached. Yes, we have rejected off this old daily, but currently we have 2 levels of support, which could signal us some strength. If we bounce at this 31.2k or at this value area high of about 30.6k, and we hold it as support, I would say we have some blue sky above us to reach higher. And of course the question is exactly, where are we going? Well, I would love to see a bounce all the way up to around the Fibonacci area, the Fibonacci golden pocket of around 40k. I mean, I would love to see a reasonable rally, people getting absolutely bullish again, just to find a rejection here, and actually make perhaps swing failure pattern one of these highs, maybe even claim them all, just to make, depending on where we reverse, another lower high and continue the downtrend from the lower highs. And that's what I'm currently looking at. So if we manage to hold some lower levels here, some local levels here, then I'd say there is not much volume traded in this range. There are a lot of inefficiencies, and I wouldn't be surprised if we start cleaning up a few. I mean, the downtrend has been very, very gruesome. and people have been bought out, people have been stopped out of longs and of shorts here. I mean, I remember a few days ago here that the amount of shorts was actually piling up, and yeah, look, to be honest, the volume on this rise up isn't very strong. It still could have been partly short squeeze, but most reverses come with a short squeeze. And to me, with what I see is with the volume spike here that some capitulation already took place. I mean, a lot of people have already left the market. I mean, the economy is in shambles and people are not paying attention to Bitcoin anymore, saying it's just correlated to tech stocks, and tech stocks have rolled over and died, and so is Bitcoin. Well, this to me made some opportunities. So I did take a very small long at 29.5. I took it when we broke through this the point of control, and I took some sneaky longs on some altcoins, which I thought has been wrecked completely. And the altcoins I took a long on were Phantom and Tezos and RSR, and they have behaved pretty nicely ever since. I'm in it for the long haul, and another coin I'm looking to buy, or was looking to buy spot, is also Rune. I mean, Rune has been absolutely destroyed. It's not even the highs. If I take it to another Rune chart, you can see that the volatility has been insane on Rune, like absolutely insane, absolutely bonkers, with multiple hundreds percent of movements. But from the high to the low, we've dropped almost 90%, and we just found a bounce here. So for me, first target to sell some Rune will be around to $9. I'm not sure if we're going to make it. Maybe I'll put a small sell order here or here on my spot position. But other than that, I'm actually looking to build up a position here bigger and bigger and bigger. That's are the alts in very short that I was trading and looking at. I'm also looking to trade Solana and AVAX. They also have some serious declining price action, which gives me opportunity to buy in. And look at this. I mean, the sell volume here has been insane, and the buy volume here has been ever so increasing, but there are still people in fear selling the bottom. Else price would have definitely gone up with this volume. But let's go back at Bitcoin and take it to a little shorter time frame, because I've only been talking macro and not micro, and micro is where traders are, or at least where they find their trades. So as I said before, the first potential sign of strength has been seen by breaking this value area and operating in the value area high here. We've rejected off an old level, a weekly level, and so far we have not managed to break through it. So if we either hold this daily or this value area high, I am reasonably confident that for now I think we have a true bounce. Of course, it's always possible that we never even reach these levels, and then grabbing an entry would be more difficult. I agree. I mean, that's why I took my trade here, exactly here, when we broke this weekly and then bounced off this POC. I took the trade at 29,500, believing that this uptrend was going to be a springboard to possibly at least reach the value area high, but I was expecting it to come a bit higher, and there we are. I've not taken any profit loss this long yet, because it was a very small position, and I don't feel like taking a profit at this point would be very favorable for me at this point. I mean, it is a reasonable take profit at the point of at the value area high, but I feel like I want to keep this on running for a bit longer. So a backtest of these two levels will be a decent long, and the first significant level for some taking profits or some selling action, I would expect a 37k, or in this whole area around the 40k, where we have two daily levels in the Fibonacci Golden Pocket. So that's where I'm looking at. I don't expect these levels to be reached within a day or two, especially not with this boring price action for over 20 days. But I'm patient. I don't need to rush this. I've set up my positions, and I'm happy at where I am. So I'm just going to keep it slow and steady where we are right now. I do want to come back at Link I said before that I think that Link below 10 or below 12 even, or 11 is an absolute steal, and Link has actually been destroyed even more. I mean, it's still by far the biggest data oracle we have, and it's hard to believe that Link is not going to move again. I mean, I even drawn these sketchy trend lines, which I'm not a fan of, but if you look at it like this, then you could see, well, we've actually dropped below the support line, what would be interesting to see here is just to add the RSI. Why? Because I like to see it sometimes. Oh, I don't know what this yellow line is, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, oversold, insanely oversold, and I would expect that if we break into this range, it would be a very typical crypto thing to do, to have a very, very huge configuration, which looks bullish, only to fake out below, and when the price comes back in, it will explode to the upside. I would not be surprised. Link is also a coin which I am very interested in building a big spot position. There's practically no dilution, and the use case is self-evident. So I'm not approaching this one as a trader, I'm approaching this one as an investor. And I've been slowly accumulating, to be honest, from all the way from 12 till where we are now, building my position, waiting for the higher prices, which I believe will come eventually. So that's it for me today. I will go in depth in some more altcoins. If you have some requests, drop them in the Discord. Let us know, and we'll look at the coins that you are interested in me analyzing. And with that, I'm gonna call it a day, and I promise I'll be back a bit more often, a bit more frequently, but just as everybody else, I got completely bored out by this range. Why? Because I am not actively day trading that much anymore. I've bought a house of my crypto gains from 2021, and I've got a new job in which I'm working long hours. So I'm only looking to swing trade at this moment, and for swing trader, well, we had some entries here, we had an entry here, and beyond that, it's long until proven otherwise. Even though that the prices, to me, are likely to go lower. I'm already in profit in my trades. I will move the stop loss to entry or a bit above, so that some forms of profit are guaranteed. And now I'm actually looking to ride it up all the way to 40 to see how direction is there. And I would love for the price to see an absolutely demolishing candle to 23 or 19, to where I will borrow money from everybody, sell my house again. Well, I'm not gonna sell my house, but you know what I mean. Just to get in huge spot positions and some leveraged positions long when we get to those prices. Will we get there? I'm not sure. If we get there, I'm happy. On the other hand, since I'm already in my positions, unless we do another fake out lower and then move up, and I'm not here to pick up new longs, that's the only way I'm going to get wrecked here. Because then it will be stopped out, not have new longs, and then we'll take the bounce. But after 9 weeks of downside, I expect a week or 2 or 3 of upside in the crypto market. See you all next time. Goodbye.